think deeply. Once you hit that place of persuasion, I'm beginning to preach. Once you hit that place of persuasion, that place of conviction, essays will be a breeze through. Sometimes that's why if your plan is actually to not come back, you may not be able to write this essay. Hi guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel, and this is the last video in the Chevening series for now. This is like going to be the last for those like doing applications, and by the special grace of the Almighty God, if you're able to make it to the interview stage, I'm going to be doing 2 videos in January. Excuse me, 2 videos in January or February. Hopefully, yes, I will do it in Jesus' name. 2 videos in January or February that would speak to interviews, what you should do, what you should look out for, and everything, just to prepare you for your interviews in March and April. So, sorry, I already said too much without introducing myself. If this is the first time you're seeing me, my name is Iyoluwa Ajayi. I film about faith, career, lifestyle, relationships, a lot of good stuff, and recently about Chevening and school majorly. So like I said, this is like the last in the Chevening series for this year. Hopefully, except something else comes up or you people have questions that I have not answered, I will then maybe shoot another video, but on my schedule this is like the last. So here we are going to be discussing how to write your Chevening career plan essay, and as usual I'm looking down because my notes are here. So let me just read out the question. It's going to be like a very short video, so don't skip any part of it. We're going to be done in like. Chevening is looking for individuals who have a clear post-study career plan. Please outline your immediate plans upon returning home and your longer-term career goals. You may wish to consider how this relates to what the UK government is doing in your country. Of course, you know that minimum word count 100, maximum, let me hear you say it. I'm doing call and response. Maximum word count is 500 words. So pretty much you know that it's a requirement of the Chevening scholarship that you return to your home country. They are not funding your JAPA plans. You have to study and come back to do what you said you would do. So here is where you talk about what you want to do when you return. And so it should span both your short, your midterm, and your long-term goals. So I'm just going to be discussing 4 things about most times this career plan essay is like the shortest. I've had somebody write less than 200 words. Yep, I have. So you may not necessarily hit 500. I think I myself wrote a little over 300. I didn't hit 500 because you may not have a lot of story to write, but you need to show direction. The first thing, think. I have been hammering on think since I started this series. See guys, I feel like, in fact, the thought that goes into the Chevening application is more than the actual application. You need to think. See, if you are watching this video and you're going to apply for Chevening, you can pause on writing your essays and actually think. Like, think deeply. Once you hit that place of persuasion, I'm beginning to preach. Once you hit that place of persuasion, that place of conviction, essays will be a breeze through. Like, my essay did not stress me, of course, because I'd already applied once, but I mean, you don't have to be like me. You can get Chevening on your first shot. There are people that got it on their first shot. So you need to think, draw a pattern for yourself. And this is why I'm saying you yourself need to be convinced first. And sometimes that's why if your plan is actually to not come back, you may not be able to write this essay. So in a way, you yourself need to be convinced that you are coming back. And of course, you really do have to come back. You're going to book your return ticket anyway. You can't hang in the UK, so you will come back. So you need to like draw a pattern for yourself, like what you want to do when you get back. That's the first step. The second step is that ensure you link it with what you have stated in your study in the UK course and modules. For instance, you have talked about, oh, you're going to learn human rights because there's a lot of human rights violation in Nigeria. You want to do this, you want to do that, you want to take a module in human rights enforcement, you want to take a module in sensitization, public sensitization. Hey, English is hard. public sensitization about human rights. Those are things that you should now be reflecting in your post-study career plans, that, oh, you're going to maybe found you don't necessarily need to found an organization. You're going to create a network of people that will go out to all the major markets in Lagos to sensitize people about their rights and all of that. So you need to like link everything you're going to be writing with what your course content is. The third thing is you need to like divide it into three: your immediate plan, your next 2 to 5 years, your 5 to 10, and then your career peak. So let me go into my own essay and read a bit of it for you. So I start by saying, upon my return from the UK, that's literally how everybody almost starts. Upon my return from the UK with a possible distinction, yes, by the special grace of God, with a possible distinction, I would return to my current workplace for 1 year. So you may not necessarily want to return. For me, yes, I wrote that I want to return, but I may be working in a new place. But at the point where I was writing this essay, that was what was in my head. So you can say you want to return, you can say you'll be seeking a new employment, anything that fits into your plan. So I would return to my current workplace for 1 year and be better suited to help my clients make sound financing decisions that will help businesses and governments weather the after effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. So whether I'm returning to my current workplace or I'm working in a new place, my goal is going to be to help clients make sound financing decisions. People are still recovering from COVID. Businesses are still recovering from COVID, from the pandemic, I mean. So that would be one of my goals, because from my course, I would have learned a lot about financing, about small businesses, about private equity, all of it. So that's my goal. Wherever I'm joining, whether it's my former workplace where I left or a new place, that's what I want to do. Also, in the year of my return, the legacy fintech startup I co-founded will be ready to invite investors for its seed funding round. And the knowledge and skills I would have acquired will be invaluable to this very strategic stage of the business. That was my second paragraph. Twinkle will be, of course, by the grace of God, Twinkle will be ready to raise. If you are familiar with startups, you know what I mean by raise. So, and the knowledge I will bring from Oxford will be very useful to us. And in reality, it's going to be very useful to us because I lead the legal team for, technically I'm the only one, but we have like a legal department and I'm the one handling legal for Twinkle. So I will be I'll be drafting documents, revising documents from investors, preparing us for the seed funding round. And I feel like the knowledge will be useful for me. So you see that these things are actually a lot practical. You just need to think about how your study in the UK would be helping your life when you return to Nigeria. So that was my second paragraph. Within 2 years, so I'm done with 1 year, immediate and 1 year. My next paragraph is, within 2 years of my return, I intend to help. I don't want to read all these things so that people that are studying law will not can be hiding it in their own, because they will catch you. I intend to help bring a fraction of the knowledge this higher degree will offer me to corporate lawyers in Nigeria. So basically, pretty much that paragraph, I was talking about how I'm going to, everybody cannot go to Oxford. Everybody cannot study Oxford MLF. In fact, everybody cannot do a master's. Some people are going to practice for the next 4-5 years. So in this paragraph, I spoke about how I want to bring a part of the knowledge I've gained from Oxford into Nigeria to relate, to allow lawyers that have not traveled or that have not done their masters but are advising startups, to allow them know some of these things that I would have learned in Oxford. And this was very strategic to my application because it like drove conversations at my interview. They wanted to know how I want to do it, what platform I want to use, those I've spoken to that would join me, and things like that. So after I said within 2 years of my return, the next paragraph was in the 3rd to 5th year. That one took 2 paragraphs. So that's when I really went deep into the things I wanted to do in 3 to 5 years. And then in my second to the last paragraph, I said, in the long term, I will work at the intersection of academic and professional practice in law and finance, raising billions of dollars in financing for businesses and the government, while also mentoring law undergraduates to bridge the existing gulf between corporate and finance law in theory and in practice. So pretty much in the long term, I don't have a clear picture, but this is what I see now when I close my eyes. You can see that there's no specifics there. I just said I want to practice in this, I want to mentor this, I want to mentor that. So those are things you may not be able to say specifically now. And of course, a very strong closing. My closing said, at the peak of my career, I want to be known as the most influential senior advocate of Nigeria at the intersection of corporate law, finance, and the academia. Hopefully, I get to become an SAN without litigation. Of course, I know that they give SANs to people in the academia because I don't like litigation. So that's like at the peak of my career, what I want to be. I want to be the poster child for, or the poster SAN for somebody that did not do litigation. Do you understand? So that's like the peak of my career. So you want to like break these things down into immediately you return, 2 to 5 years, long term, and at the peak of your career. Very, very important. Let me see if there's anything I'm missing from my notes. Be realistic. I think that's the last thing. Be realistic. Focus more on how realistic and measurable your goals are than how flowery they sound. I think that was one of the problems with my 2021 essay for my return to Nigeria. It was a lot of flowery nonsense. I was just saying, I will do this, I will do this, I will do this. But here, I knew, and by the grace of God, these things that I've written, like some of them I've even started working on them before I got Chevening. So I'm going to like pursue everything. So it will be easy for you when you write things that you can do, that are measurable. They don't have to be the biggest things. These people know what you're capable of doing. So I can imagine me saying, oh, when I come back, I'm going to like give scholarships to 100 students to go to the Nigerian law school. It may not be possible. So things that will excite you, things that you can easily do when you get back, things that even while you're in school, there are things that I said, oh, when I get to Oxford, I'm going to already start this thing. There are things I've already put pen to paper about the network I want to build and all of that. So things that can come to you naturally, that you can do with ease, that are measurable, that are realistic, those are things that should be in your post-study. Everybody need not start an NGO. So don't go and put it, except you are convinced that that's what you want to do, and you'll be able to defend it at the interview, that you're not just going to duplicate another NGO, you're actually creating something that will be useful. So ensure that your goals are realistic, ensure that your post-study career plan is realistic, and you will be fine, like I always say. Whew, you push to send me money for water. Just kidding. So thank you so much. I think this brings us to the end of the preparation for your submission, whatever, to write your Chevening essays. I wish you guys all the very best. I mean, I watched a lot of YouTube videos as well okay, maybe not a lot, but yes, I had first-hand privilege to tap from a very smart person that also got the Chevening scholarship in 2017. So I didn't have to do a lot of watching of YouTube, but I'd already said, with all these things that I'm learning, if I get the Chevening scholarship, I like want to put resources together that can be here for years for people that will need it. So thank you. If you watched all of the series from the very first one to the last one, drop a comment below. Tell me that you did, and who knows, I may just send you a message and say, send me your Chevening essays, let me review for you. So yes, drop a comment, tell people to come and watch, tell people to like your comments. I'm actually thinking about it, that I could pick randomly in the comment section for if you want me to help you look at your essays, really drop a comment in the comment section and I would consider it. I could maybe pick, I'm not promising that I will attend to everybody, but I could pick maybe 5 or 10 depending on how much time I have, and just give your essays like just one look, just to tell you change this. So I think what we're going to do it is, if you watch everything, drop a comment, tell me that you watch everything, invite people to come and watch, and let them like your comments, and then we can look at it, and like I can send you a message, of course openly, everything will be open. If I'm going to review your essay, I'll write it in the comment section that you should send me your essay, send it to my email. So let's do that. I hope I did not ramble, but yes, if you understand what I'm saying, just do it and I will look at the comment section. Thank you guys so much, so very much, like, for spending your data. There are so many resources on YouTube. So for choosing this channel to watch and to allow me help you in my little way, thank you so much. And I hope that you get to the interview stage, so that by January, February, you'll be one of people watching my videos, guiding you on interviews. Thank you guys so much. Just as a closing, I will also be doing a couple of videos on how to write your personal statements. Once you're done with Chevening, you want to start applying to universities. So I'm going to like take you through how to write personal statements that will get you in, that will actually get you. And I'm going to read my personal statements to you as well. And I'm going to read my Cambridge personal statements that did not get me in and the one that got me in, so that you people can also see what I'm saying. thank you guys so much. I've said so much at the end of this video. Thank you so much, and see you guys on the next video. Bye.